Hello everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't been to the channel before, as I always say at the beginning, it's a channel dedicated really to the tips and issues that we have experienced whilst we've been living in Spain. So I put it out there so then you don't have to go through the same frustrations we have. It's not all frustration, it's not all stress. It's a lovely life, but if it helps you guys, then great. So don't forget to subscribe. We try and post a few videos a week. Right then, this one is about security. There's been a lot in the tabloids about security in Spain, especially around people who, if you're away from your house, they take over your house, and if it's more than 48 hours, the police and the police don't arrive, then they can claim squatters' rights. Okay, that's actually changed recently, so it's a lot less in that sense. But what we find is it's very much down to obviously where you live. I mean, where we live in Granada, it's very, very safe. Okay, it's probably I would say one of the safest parts of Spain. But the first thing I actually did when I arrived here is I took all the bars off the windows. And the reason was that I'd rather be burgled than die in a fire. I just couldn't quite understand it. Every door, every window has bars on. Now, not every house does it, but mainly. Now, I know it's historically to do with tradition, but if you've got bars on your windows, guys, just have a think about how would you get out in a fire. You know, I know you might say, well, there's an entrance there, but if that were blocked, you're in trouble. So what we did was just get rid of them, okay? And I'd advise the same. Get rid of bars on windows. If someone wants to break into your house, you know, there's some pretty good bits of kit to go through bars nowadays as well, you know. But you can also buy armoured glass. So the first thing I did, got rid of the bars. I've put a ring camera system all around the house, okay? And not because of just from a perspective of security. Actually, it's a secondary, but we have 4 rescue dogs. But our addition, Luna, who's on some of our other videos, she's a fantastic security dog. You know, if there's anyone that shouldn't be near the house, she barks. So not excessively to the point it affects the neighbours. Not that they haven't told us, but you know, from that perspective. And just get general alarms and make sure visible wise that people from the street can see that your house is secure. Now, I do know that over the road, our neighbour a year before we bought got burgled during the day. Okay, there's some extremely audacious people out there, so it is safe. Don't think that you'll come into a place where, you know, you're going to get burgled, etc. But it doesn't harm to put as much security in as you can. I've also got some sensors in the garden that go off at night. They just flash and have got a tone to them, as well as some, I would class it as sort of fake barbed wire. It's sort of plasticky, but the more you have, the better. All right, so don't think that you can't. Just be careful with barbed wire, though. Like all these sort of flaky things in this modern era of ours, you know, if someone gets caught on barbed wire, I've heard through the grapevine that you can be sued for it. I don't get it, but you know, from that perspective, but it's not that bad. You know, I've spoken to some people from America as well, and they think it's fantastically safe compared to where they live. And obviously there's no guns here, so don't bring any guns. I've seen some Facebook posts where people said, can I bring my guns with me? I don't think people want you bringing your guns, to be honest with you, wherever you're coming from. So, you know, I feel safer here than I did in the place where I used to live before, easily. And people tend to look out for each other's houses and stuff like that. So the bottom line is Spain is a safe place. So if you're going to come over, you haven't got to really worry about it, but do take normal precautions in terms of making sure that you have an alarm system, and that people know that there's an alarm system, etc., etc. And get a dog. You know, you're helping a rescue dog. I recommend getting a rescue dog. And so yeah, hope that helps. And as I said, please subscribe to the channel. Check the comments in the description, and if you got any questions on anything else, then please put them in the comments, and I'll try and answer most comments when I get a chance. But thanks a lot, guys, and have a good day.